Alright guys, so this is Julia, and today in this video I'm basically going to be talking about the story behind the Windows 10 October 2018 update, aka Windows 10 RS5 or whatever you want to call it, Redstone 5. Because there's been a lot of stuff going on with it, and it's had a crazy history, so I thought I'd talk about it in a video. So pretty much this is my Windows 10 RS5 VM that I have right here, so here it is. Alright, one more thing that I forgot to show in the video, just to confirm this VM is RS5. We're going to do WinVer on it, and you guys can see it's actually version 1809, OS build 17763.134, which is the latest version of RS5 at the moment. Now I'm sure they'll be releasing some more updates for it, so be sure to get those to fix some bugs, so yeah. I actually just made this background earlier today. I wanted to record this earlier, but I had to do a ton of things that was unexpected, which delayed me a couple hours from recording, so pretty much I'm going to be talking about what's been going on with it. So I'm going to show some articles and just talk briefly about them to explain the story. I'm going to use them to help me explain. I will put all the links in the description, but here we go. As you know, this is my channel. Actually, I haven't uploaded in 3 weeks, but I'm uploading now, so I've just been busy. But pretty much I made videos about like how to get RS5 early. I made a video on how to update. Now I did have a video about it getting pulled after this, but that video got taken down for good, so that you won't be seeing that video. Besides, it had some like misinformation because we didn't quite know what the issue was, and I thought I knew what it was, or at least the majority thought, but it was really something else, so it's alright. So pretty much I'm going to be talking about this. So before we actually talk about, let's talk about the good things here, which is the features, which I have to say the features are really cool, and my favorite feature is this, the dark themed file explorer. It's just, I think it looks amazing. It looks amazing. I like this. It's just nice. So we got that going for us, and there's some other features that are actually really cool. There's even like a clipboard history thing. I don't know if it shows it on here. It probably does somewhere. And it's got some just fixes and some changes, and I will leave this in the description so you guys can look at it. There's even the older change logs from the older updates as well in here for 1803 and 1709. So RS5 is version 1809, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. But pretty much they had a lot of changes happen with it. But when they released it, the update actually got pulled, which was what the video I explained was. It was deleting people's files, which pretty much when it was doing that, Microsoft had pulled the update and said, okay, so we have to completely fix this, and then a month later they re-released the update. But pretty much the issue with why it was deleting files was actually because of linked folders. So anyone that's done linked folders on Windows and they update to RS5, pretty much it would delete the older directories even if you had files in them, and possibly even your new directory. So it's like, basically that was what was happening with that, and that's the reason why it did that, and Microsoft did fix that, so that the update no longer deletes your files. In fact, if you try to use old installation media, it won't even let you continue. It won't even let you upgrade. It just says, oh, this version is not current because it's .1, and .1 had the issue. Alright, so the phone is ringing, so I had to stop it because it was kind of annoying. I actually was recording for about 10 minutes, and you know what happens? My display driver crashes. Isn't that just great? Yeah, not. So I'm re-recording like 10 minutes of footage. At least I got that first part. But pretty much my video file is just corrupted completely, so that's just annoying. But anyways, pretty much Microsoft fixed this issue with deleting files. It doesn't delete files anymore. They figured out it was a linked folder, so that problem was fixed. But still, it caused a ton of damage because people have lost so much data, and it's just really bad because it's just ugh. But anyways, then we move on, because you would think they were about to re-release it again like 2 weeks after they fixed this, but then this happened. There was an issue with zip files where when you extracted a zip file with the same name as another folder, it just would fail to extract and then not even tell you, which it didn't delete anything, which is good, but it would make you think you overwrote something when you really didn't, so that's just kind of annoying. And this just talks about it, and as they said, it's not as serious because you wouldn't lose anything. It just simply wouldn't extract until you went and renamed that other folder that was the same and then re-extracting it. And I'm actually pretty sure a long time ago I might have had that issue. So, pretty much, I don't even remember, but I might have. But anyways, that's not as serious, but that delayed it a little bit. And then they finally re-released it on November 13th of 2018, and they said they finally resumed it. They fixed the issue on October 9th. In fact, the update got pulled about, like, let's see, it got released on the 2nd, and then it got pulled like 5-6 days later. Actually, maybe a couple days later. It was like probably the 5th or 6th that the update got pulled. I think it was the 6th that the update got pulled, but I can't quite remember. It was a long time ago. But, pretty much, they just talked about this, and here's the thing. The weird thing right here is that if you actually go manually check for updates and you're on RS4, you usually don't even receive the update for RS5. It just simply doesn't give it to you. And I've had this happen with some of my friends that actually try to check manually. They're like, it never gave it to me. Well, I think a lot of it has to do with Microsoft is really starting to take this seriously because they really want to do a staged rollout. The only way to really force it is to use Update Assistant or the Media Creation tool. So that's pretty much how you can update it. But besides that, let's just move on. So they re-released it. And then another issue came up with Intel where pretty much if you have newer Intel drivers, it won't allow you to update. Okay, so I'm back, but pretty much the deal is that if you have a newer Intel, it won't let you update because of certain issues. And even with AMD as well, with some Intel display driver, which it just says after upgrading to 1809, audio playback from a monitor or television connected to a PC via HDMI, USB-C, or DisplayPort may not function correctly on devices with these drivers, and that was the main issue with the driver, which I actually do have a TV hooked up to HDMI, but I have the TV audio disabled because I don't really use it much since I use headphones anyways. But pretty much, I don't know, I think this affects newer drivers. I'm not sure about older drivers. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'll talk more about that because there's another article on that, which it was right here. So this is saying it's blocking some newer Intel CPUs because of the audio display driver, saying it causes stability problems on Windows and it will be disabled. To check for an updated version. So pretty much Microsoft blocked devices from getting 1809 that had that driver installed, and they're not going to let it update until Intel releases a new driver for it to fix that issue. So it's basically now on Intel having to send a fix to fix it. And it says it affects, yeah, 6th generation Skylake and newer Intel processors. So if you're not on a 6th gen processor and you're on an older generation, I think you're fine. Or I don't know if 7th or 8th gen's affected, but pretty much 6th gen processors are, I think, affected, and so pretty much they have to fix this driver, and that's pretty much what this is all talking about, which all these links will be in the description if you want to read further on these. But pretty much it's not even gonna let you update. It says that don't attempt to manually update, but I don't even think it's gonna let you if you have those drivers anyways, and if it does, it's gonna disable it. And it might let you continue because there's a confirm button right here, but you're gonna have issues. So if you get this screen, just wait for a driver update, and then you can update after that. But that's not the only thing. With iCloud, you can't even install iCloud on the October update. You'll actually get this message saying, iCloud for Windows requires Windows 7, Windows 8, or Windows 10 April 2018 update or earlier. And I find this kind of funny. It's like, what? You can't even install iCloud? Like, come on. Now, they're not sure if this is Microsoft or Apple's problem, but it's some incompatibility with iCloud with syncing shared albums after updating. pretty much, if you try to install iCloud on 1809, it's not going to let you. Now, I don't know if it would let you upgrade if it's already installed. I mean, it might, but then you'll have issues. So make sure you're checking iCloud for updates if you have it installed. And if you're still on 1803 and you have iCloud, stay on that until a fix is released for iCloud. So there's that going on. And then I also wanted to say, on Microsoft's website, it actually says Windows 10 version 1809 re-released. And they talked about, oh, we've begun the re-release of the update. And then if you scroll down, they have all these issues, and a lot of them is the same thing I said. And it says upgrade block in place. So the Intel drivers, exactly what I was saying. There is a way to resolve it, but they're saying they're expiring the display drivers until they fix it, pretty much. They're not allowing you to upgrade if it detects those drivers until the drivers have been updated. And then iCloud had the incompatibility, and if they try to install iCloud, it's going to fail and say it's not supported because you can't run iCloud on the newer version yet. And they say don't attempt to update until it's resolved if you use iCloud. And they even had issues with VPNs, losing network. And there obviously are fixes and stuff. They're working on a resolution, and they're going to fix it in an update, in an upcoming release. I'm guessing a cumulative update or something is probably going to fix it. And then Map Drives had an issue where they failed to reconnect after starting and logging onto a Windows device. Now there is a way to fix it, which is a good thing, but there are going to, and they're going to put a fix at the end of November 2018, which is pretty much very close because today's I think the 27th. Yeah, it's the 27th. And then some issue with Trend Micro, which I don't use that antivirus, so it doesn't affect me. And then okay, so AMD is not even supporting these two graphics anymore, because they have some incompatibilities with them, which I think they are working on resolving that, but they're blocking them and they're investigating. So anyone that has these AMDs can't update until Microsoft finds a solution, but they're still looking into it to see what the issue is. And the last thing I was going to show is this. This is recent. It breaks Windows Media Player and some of their apps. And it talks about it here and explains some bugs with it. And they're going to fix it in an upcoming release, as they said. And it has a lot to do with default programs. Like, if you try to set something as default, it doesn't really work out too well. It just breaks. As you guys can see, I'm going to have to say this is probably one of Microsoft's worst releases. At least first, start of a release. Because they also had issues with the April update release because it got basically pulled before it was going to get released. And I remember they changed it from 17133 to 17134 because of some blue screen issue that they're having on 17133 on certain devices. So pretty much those are the issues so far going on. I'm sure there might be more, but pretty much there's just been a big huge story about this. Now you're probably wondering, well, I'm hearing so many bad things about this, like I don't know if I should update. My suggestion is, well, I mean, if you don't have a newer Intel or AMD, that's good. If you don't use iCloud, that's good. And pretty much they're gonna fix this issue very soon in a cumulative update. So, I mean, honestly, I would just, whenever Windows Update wants to give you the update, I think that's when you should install it, is when Windows Update offers it. That's what I recommend. If it's not giving you 1809, just stay on 1803 until it gives you 1809. But if you do want to go ahead and try 1809, you could go to the Windows 10 download page and click Update Now and get the Update Assistant, or download the Media Creation tool on that page and upgrade that way. Or create installation media, it's up to you. But then if you start having bugs, you can always just roll back to the previous version in settings. So if you want to try that, you can. But pretty much, I mean, the features are cool. Like, I have to say, I love this dark theme file explorer. This looks really cool. And also, all the other features they've added are neat. But it's just, the update just has so many bugs that Microsoft really needs to get their stuff together, and I feel like a lot of this has gone downhill because they're relying on the Windows insiders to basically find all the bugs and to do everything. So because they basically fired their whole beta team a couple years ago when Windows 10 was about to come out, or around that time, I think it was before 10 came out, I'm not even sure, but pretty much since then things have kind of gone downhill. So they are working on fixing this, so I'm sure like in the future this update will be fixed, none of these issues will happen. They always say the beginning of a release is always going to have bugs because it's new, and because they're still, you know, trying to find stuff, but I feel like Microsoft could do a little better job at this, because all the other releases didn't have quite as many bugs as this one. So pretty much, if you want to update, you can if you want, and if you start having bugs, you could roll back. Or like if you're already on it and you're not having any problems, then you're fine, just stay on it. And as I said, not all these bugs affect everybody, because different computers, you know, it works differently on different computers, because a lot of these also are driver and program incompatibilities, and if you don't use those drivers or programs, then most likely you're not going to run into any problems with this update. You may run into a little bug here and there, but it should overall work fine as long as you don't have to have those drivers and those programs that are incompatible. So pretty much I just wanted to make a video explaining everything that's happened with this update, since a lot has happened with it. And so hopefully within this next month or two all the issues should be fixed, and I would personally wait until Windows Update gives you the update. But if you know you don't use those programs and you know you don't have one of those Intel or AMDs, then go ahead and update. And if Windows Update isn't giving it to you, as I said, you could use the Update Assistant or Media Creation tool, which I'll put the Windows 10 download page in the description, and you could just click Update now if you want to get the update. But keep in mind, you may experience some bugs. So pretty much, guys, that's all I have. I mean, my VM hasn't had any issues whatsoever. It's working pretty well. And my computer's on a random version of Windows right now. It could be Windows 10 RTM or through RS5, so there's like 7 different versions it could be. RTM, NU, AU, CU, FCU, RS4, or RS5. So far, this has been working not too bad. I don't know what it is, but I did have one lockup where my computer locked up for like a solid 5 seconds, but it recovered without a blue screen, which is amazing. And I actually added this fake watermark to the wallpaper, which actually my friend Jesse made this wallpaper. Thank you, Jesse, for making this. And he added the text, but I had another one that I added the text to. But pretty much in 2 weeks I'm going to find out what this is. I don't know what this is, honestly. But it's working pretty well, except for earlier when I was recording, my graphics driver decided, oh, I'm going to crash on you and you're going to have to re-record the video again. And that's happened to me in the past. Trust me, I've had to deal with this before. It's just my computer sometimes doesn't like OBS. But pretty much, whatever this is, I do have a folder with all the latest updates for all the versions of 10 right in here. So whatever version I have the latest it can support at the moment, which is good. So there's that. But anyways, you guys can try to guess what I have in the comments below, because I'm not even sure at this point, but it's working pretty well. So I mean, a couple things that are glitchy, but not much really at all. It's mainly graphics issues. So pretty much I'm gonna stop the video here. If there's anything you guys want to say, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you guys are having any issues if you're running 1809. But pretty much, when I had it a couple months ago, the beta version, all my icons like corrupted, like they started turning into blanks, everything was super laggy, and everything was so unusable. It was just crazy. I don't know if it was that Windows install was messed up or what. It could have just been bugs. I honestly don't know. But pretty much, yeah, I haven't had a video in 3 weeks, as you guys know, because I had a situation happened where Actually, these 3 Dell Inspiron videos got taken down due to a copyright strike, but I appealed it and we're all good now. So I guess it was just a misunderstanding, because I don't put copyrighted material in my videos, but I got it resolved, so it's not really a big deal. So everything's back to normal now. I'm going to try to upload a little more, but I can't guarantee I'm going to upload every day because I am in college and I am busy a lot as well. So keep that in mind. So pretty much I will make videos when I can, but I'm going to stop this now because this video is going to end up being like 30 minutes if I don't. But I do have a Twitter and an Instagram if you want to go check those out. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know below if you've updated or not, and let me know if you did have any issues, what issues they were, because I'd be very interested to hear. Now, as I said, I don't know if these affect every system, so some systems might be perfectly fine on 1809, while others are just completely buggy and unstable. But as I said, you know, it is a first release. It was one of Microsoft's worst starts, but they will get it fixed within probably a month or 2. Most of the bugs will be completely worked out, but at least the really big ones, for the most part, like the deleting files thing, was fixed, but they still need to fix those drivers. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and hope you guys enjoyed watching, and bye-bye for now.